Hey there, Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising. Welcome to your solar eclipse, your new moon solar eclipse reading for the month of October. It is happening on October 14th or 15th, depending on where you are in the world. Here in the United States, on the Eastern time zone, it is happening at 1:55 p.m. on Saturday the 14th. You have the Venetian Galactic Council. Starbeam, guides, answering the call, and time to shine. So, this energy is happening at the South Node. The North Node is in your sign. And actually, this energy is also opposing Chiron that's in your sign. And so this is an opportunity to really step out there into your joy, they're saying. Wow, let's see what we get here. Okay. So this eclipse is a big deal because we have the moon right here at the center of the reading. There's something about it going to bring in some stability. Okay, so following your heart. There is a need to release with an eclipse. They're always, even though it's a new moon, it is an eclipse. And so that is about releasing and letting something go. And this one has a ring of fire to it because the moon is as far away from the earth as it can get. And so there's going to be the light coming around it. And so it's shadow work because the light is really shining on it. And there's all this power coming around it. And so there's like very focused energy coming and hitting the earth from the sun during this time about what it is that you want to release, let go, upgrade in your life. And so there is a need to really be open to receiving this energy, the self-empowerment, this self-healing, this awakening of the inner child and healing of the inner child energy that is coming through with this for you. So overall energy, overall energy is the anchor. So what are you anchoring into? And you're being asked to anchor into this beautiful, it's pink. That's self-love. Okay, when the heart chakra is green, that's the healing energy. This is beyond that. This is moving into the next phase. This is opening yourself up to receiving to receiving the self-love for who you are as a divine spiritual being having a human experience. So here, the key to the situation is the moon. It's the cyclical nature thing. It's about the North Node being in your sign and the South Node being in the opposing sign. The South Node always brings forward our gifts that we carry into each lifetime. And so those are being activated and to some degree, but the North Node is about where are we going next? So how do we take this? And so the answer is harvesting. Harvesting. You have the card of the harvesting, the scythe. The what do you cut out of that is holding you back and holding you down? And also it's separating the wheat from the chaff. And so there are these gifts that are being highlighted. It's the shadow work. It's right. The moon is passing in front of the sun, and it is the key here. And so it's going into the shadow a little bit and looking at the things in your life, what really matters, right? When you harvest wheat, the kernels are the most valuable part, right? The grain is the most valuable. That's what the money comes from for the most part. But the straw also helps, right? You sell that also. You sell it to feed cattle and livestock. You use it to mulch down ground and to replenish it and to give it nutrients. Or if you're planting grass seed in the fall, you throw straw on it to help, keep the grass seed from getting eaten by the birds, but also to hold the moisture in. And as it decomposes, it feeds it. And so there is actually value in both aspects of it. And so the scythe, though, it's a sudden, sharp decision about what has more value. What has more value? Right? What is most important? So Venus has just moved into Virgo, and her home sign is Libra, but Mercury is in Libra, home sign is Virgo. So they're having a conversation about what is of value. And Mercury is exactly opposing, at the time of this eclipse, Chiron in your sign. And so it's at 17 degrees and the eclipse is at 21 degrees, which means it's also conjunct the sun and the moon at this time. And so there's a lot of communication going on through your heart center about what is truly of value to you and what is worth nurturing and what is worth letting fall apart, fall away, and allowing it to feed and nurture something else in your life. But where is the real value in the moment, right? And so looking for that. In the area of how do you transform the situation, we have the divine feminine receptive energy. It is actually just allowing and receiving the support. And the support is probably coming from community members. And so allowing yourself to receive, I don't know, maybe you receive a raise from your boss, or you receive words of love and encouragement from your family or your friends, who are sometimes way more encouraging than family, especially if you're healing family issues, right? Allowing yourself to receive also the love that you have for yourself, the recognition. There's a need to really recognize your talents and your gifts. Honor that part of you. Give yourself the credit that you deserve for your own knowledge and wisdom. So you have been seeking knowledge and wisdom, and here in that area we have the snake, and so there's some very transforming information that has come through, right? It's the snake in the garden with the apple, so it's the Adam and Eve thing. Like, you were looking for information to help you to transform a situation. Well, that snake, he's about to take a bite out of an apple, which tells me that there's information coming into you, and you may have felt like nothing seems to go my way. And the more times you say that, the more you make that happen. So stop doing that. I'm always in the right place at the right time with the right people, the right opportunities. That is magic. Okay, so when we have the card of luck in the resistance position, I want to say you make your own luck. But I think you're going to be open to receiving it. I think you make your luck through your connections with others, through conversations that you have with others. We have the letter here. So there's some significant form of communication coming in. Mercury, right, conjunct this eclipse, opposing Chiron in your sign that's trying to heal something. I think some very significant information that comes in, and I do think it's family related, because what's been draining your energy, we have the tree here, we have this family tree. It kind of looks like the Ten of Pentacles. It is the tree of life, and so there's something that needed to be brought up, and there's information coming in. There's going to be, somebody's going to say something, you're going to be notified of something where all of a sudden the pieces fall into place, and you have the opportunity to make a choice and a decision. Do you choose to live in love, or do you choose to act and live in resentment? One of them has more value than the other, right? There's a satisfaction that comes from telling somebody blah, 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 right? I mean, it is. But sometimes living your best life, the wheat, is so much more rewarding than allowing yourself to sink back down in the vibrational energy into something lower. In the area of resources, you have the wishing well, right? So you're feeling very challenged by lack. When we work with the energy of lack, we create more lack. The universe supports what you focus on. So if you focus on what you don't have, you get more opportunities to see that you don't have it. And this is why counting our blessings is so important. So part of this harvesting energy is looking for what you have in your life that is of value. I'm going to give you a very small example. I had something happen this morning that was really mundane and small and insignificant, and I got really upset about it for, like, I don't know, 30 seconds, a minute. And then I heard myself say, yeah, but at least I don't live in Israel. At least I'm not dealing with what, I don't live in the Gaza Strip. I don't live in Ukraine. And I thought, why am I worried about this small thing? And I decided not to worry about it. And I instantly felt better. And so in your heart, will you choose to give value to? Will you choose, and you give value to it by focusing on it, right? When you focus on your problems, you're giving your problems value. But when you focus on your blessings, you give your blessings value. And whatever you choose to focus on is going to be what amplifies in your life. And so this wishing well in the area of resources kind of really bothers me. Because wishing for something means that you think you don't have it, that you're not good enough for it, you're not capable of having it. I really want to get a card on this because I really think that this is not a good thing. I think in the area of resources, wishing is counterproductive. There are places where wishing is a good place in here. Wishes coming true in the heart space. There's lots of places where that would be beneficial. But when about resources, I don't know. Another way to look at the well would be the bucket's up here and the sun is rising, and maybe it's time to dip into the well of your resources, right? What is your knowledge? What is your wisdom? What skills do you have? What do you have that you can dip into, that you can bring up, that you can use to fertilize, to grow, to plant something new? I think that would be a good way to use the well in that particular position. But overall, I don't really like that energy there. So we have the card of home and the card of the one ring circus. So the card of the home always invites you back into yourself, into your true home. It's a very positive, auspicious card. I like it. So it is about who you really are. So you know what's really weird is I've had this deck. Ooh, I want to say it's actually the first deck I bought, second deck I bought. Okay, I've had it a long time. And I actually never focused on this part before. So down here, there's in this home that's in this tree. There's the door and it's closed, but up here, the window's open and the light's coming through. And here's the Owl of Wisdom. And they've never ever paid attention to this window here. And so, again, I want you to see that here the sun is rising, right? And here the sun is rising. You see how that light is right there? And so there's the darkness and there's this light coming in, kind of like the eclipse with that ring of fire around it. And I feel like there's something that's opening up if you're willing to receive the light. And being willing to choose. The one ring circus says you are totally capable of doing everything. Like you have the capability. And so while you might receive support from your community and it feels verbal, communication, the actual act of sorting through what has value and what doesn't, that's up to you. And you have all the skills and everything you need. You are the ringmaster of your life. And what you choose to focus on is what you're going to bring in. And so when I see that coupled with this, and again, there's the sun on the horizon, right? It's the dawning of the new day. So here, what I'm seeing is that you have what you need. You're going to have to go deep in. Go into your heart space, Venus, right? Your spirit guides. A spirit being guides, answer the call, and it's your time to shine. And the sun is rising, right? So we have this eclipse happening in the sunrise sign of Libra, and then you guys are this solar energy anyways. You're the dawn of the new day. You're the dawn of the zodiac, right? You're the first sign. And now the North Node is in your sign. And so by you being willing to dive deep into your own resources, what do you already know? What do you already have? What skills? This is about you making your own luck, not waiting for it to come in. And even though you're open to receiving here, and I do believe you're going to receive guidance, that's what it feels like. Someone's going to say something. It's going to come in through your heart space, a feeling, a knowingness, or whatever. There's going to be something that's like striking the match. But honestly, what you need, you already have. There's a matter of going in for it. So this dropping anchor, right? When you drop the anchor, it goes down into the water, the emotional waters. And so does the bucket in the well. It goes down. And so, and dropping anchor is also like coming home to yourself. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. And collaborative dreaming. Collaborative dreaming, that's working with others on an idea, right? This creative energy here, but it's also working with your spirit guide team. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. That means there's something, this is connecting in through your heart space to your higher self and to your spirit guide team to be able to figure out what your next best steps are. Because this collaborative dreaming, it looks like they're in meditation. And this, look at that, all those fish, the water, and yet there is right here the galactic center spinning around. And so it is through your emotions, it is through your heart. This isn't a time it's this receiving energy, this receiving communication. It's your spirit guide team maybe that you receive this from. It may come in a very physical way, but I feel like they're working with you. Make some space this week to just sit and listen to your heart. And if it helps, play some music or journal a little bit or go for a walk, but really take time to listen to what's going on. Wow, yeah, look at this. The key to the situation is this moon, and you have the silver Luna dragon. Bathe you in divine feminine light. You are a fire sign. That means you have this masculine yang energy. And right now, in Libra season, we bring ourselves into balance by tapping into the other energy, and that's the feminine receptive energy. Being open to receiving. Come into balance, practice peace, harmony, and cooperation. Expand your causal chakra. So a causal chakra is back here. It's your own personal moon. When we see those, the Egyptian goddesses and gods where they had the pointy thing at the back of their head, it's because it was a physical, no, I'm not sure if they actually look like that, or it was a way of putting into picture that they were connected with their higher self strongly, right? By having this big, strong connection to the causal chakra that's back there. So this is a way of communicating with your spirit guide team. We have the gold and silver and violet flame dragon. Transmutes the old around you with wisdom and grace. Transmutes. The cutting out of, the changing, the harvesting. Transmutes. The violet flame is about releasing the lower vibrational negative energies and watching them become light. You have the silver from this moon, and you have the golden light of the sun. And it is a ring of fire sun. So I think this eclipse is incredibly powerful for you. Of course it is, right? You have the north node in your sign. The eclipses really dramatically affect you. And so this is a really powerful time for you. So the cycles of the moon, the timing of it. And so there is another eclipse this month. That one is in Taurus. I'll be curious to see what the cards have to say when we get to that. But then on April 8th is the next eclipse that is a new moon eclipse in your sign. So you have communicate freely. You cannot make this crap up. All these cards about communication, but this is communicating freely in your heart space with your higher self. One ring circus. This collaboration is with your spirit guide team. This collaboration is with your spirit guide team through what really resonates in your heart. What is truly of value to you and what is not. And be honest with yourself. Just because you've been doing something for so long or whatever doesn't make it what is best for you now. It may have been when you chose it, but energies have shifted and changed and you have grown and evolved. And the north node in your sign is saying, hey, it's time to move in a new direction. And so getting really in touch with ourselves, especially when that new moon eclipse is happening at the south node for you. This is saying that there some old ways of being need to be let go in order to create space for the new thing to come in. That you're going to really probably pick up on very strongly what direction that is with that new moon eclipse. It's a total solar eclipse that we're having next year. So I communicate from the depths of my being. I communicate from the depths of my being. I cannot encourage you enough. If you are working Aries with like a 9-to-5 job, if this eclipse falling on the weekend is kind of a blessing. For those of you that have to work and you can't necessarily take time off right around that exact timing of the eclipse, create some space this week. That eclipse energy is strong, and it would be great if you could do it as close to the eclipse time as possible. There is a time zone calculator in the description box below if you don't know what time it's happening for you. But if you can't do it that close to the exact timing for you, it doesn't matter. Over the course of the next 5 to 10 days, set some time aside to really listen to what is of value to you now. Because what is value to you now is what you want to focus on. And that's where you want to really draw on that energy and use it to help guide you on your next steps. It's a really powerful eclipse for you. All right, Aries. Leaving me a comment puts you in a drawing for a free reading on Facebook every day. Come over and join me. If you join over there, I will leave a comment in your comment that you've won the free reading, but I also post it on Facebook, and so that's a really good way to get notified because most people don't come back and check their comments. I really get into the astrology over there, so we do daily astrology over there, totally different videos. All right, so I think that is everything. Thank you so much for supporting this channel with your thumbs up, your comments, your likes. You guys take great care. This is a powerful eclipse for you, so make the most of it. Talk to you again soon.